Hi everyone, Aidan here with etrailer.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Kuat Sherpa 2.0 here on our 2018 Infiniti QX60. Now the Sherpa is going to be a platform style bike rack holding the bike by the wheel up front primarily here. We do have a secondary strap on the wheel in the back here, but this is going to mean zero frame contact, making it good for our carbon frame bikes and our alternative frame bikes. It does have a 40-pound weight capacity per bike, so if you do have e-bikes and you're looking to get those onto a rack and to your destination, this might not be the best option. Maybe look into something like the RockyMounts MonoRail, which does have a 60-pound weight capacity and holds the bike essentially the exact same way. Otherwise, the Sherpa is going to be really solid and really smooth, easy to use. We do have the ability to tilt the rack away with the bikes loaded. You can see down here we have this lever that we can pull, and that will release the bike rack and we can ease it down. Just like that, we can then open our hatch with the bikes loaded and get to the back if we need something out of there, whether it be a helmet, sunscreen, bike shoes, or we just want to sit down and change those shoes before or after our ride. We absolutely can, and we've got the room to do it. I'll go ahead and close that up and we can lift the bike rack back up into place. Just grabbing it by the arm here, and it'll latch in. Now, you do see it is holding the bike really well here, and I'm actually going to undo the back wheel strap first because that isn't actually holding the bike upright. To do that, all we gotta do is push in this button and release that ratcheting strap. Then we can press the button of the hook here. With one hand on the bike, push this up and out, and then lift the bike up and away. Really simple to do, especially since there isn't a center mass to work around. Everything's really clear for us. I'll set the bike down right over here, and we can get a closer look at the rack. I always like to replace this back wheel strap just so it's not loose. And when we do that, you can see this does pivot to accommodate different wheelbases. Then we can just fold this front wheel hook up and down like that. Now I actually do like to kind of tuck it behind that cradle, just personal preference there. Now with it like this, let's get some measurements, starting with our ground clearance. We are going to have a pretty impressive rise in the shank here, giving us 19.5 inches of ground clearance at the back end right here. More than enough for any of our steep driveways and hills, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. Now we can get the distance. From the back bumper, we are going to be adding 31 inches to the back of our vehicle here, which is a fair bit added. You want to be mindful of that in any sort of parking situation or when you're driving, but we can come to that same lever we did earlier to tilt it and fold the rack upright against the vehicle. This is going to be great if we want to leave the rack on between rides, and this is going to make it a lot more condensed at only 13 inches now added to the back of the vehicle. So if you do want to pull in your garage, you might be able to. Just be mindful that there is something back there. Now down at the bottom, we can see it's a tool-free anti-rattle device, so everything's going to be nice and stable in the hitch here. And we have a locking hitch pin. This will work with a 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube, so just make sure you pick up that for your vehicle. And overall, the Sherpa is going to be a really solid bike rack. If you're looking for that extra weight capacity, look into the monorail, but otherwise, it's going to work really well on your Infiniti here. Thanks for watching.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or a pothole or driving over uneven pavement. Now lastly, we're going over some full speed bumps, and we can see here the up and down action, and this will just be like driving in and out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway. So we can see here how the bike rack moves with our truck.